Okay, so ready to dive in?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Awesome. Today, we're going to take a closer look at Kim Smith and her company, Zoom Wellness Labs.
Sounds interesting.
It is. It is. The background info on Kim is, well, little mysterious, where it came from exactly.
Ah, I see, a little cloak and dagger.
Yeah, kinda, but the stuff about her background is, like, really interesting.
Oh, okay, I'm intrigued.
So we're going to, unpack how she went from healthcare pro to entrepreneur, built this whole company, and how that company is like changing how people approach their health.
Okay, sounds fascinating. Where do we start?
Well, the thing that kind of jumped out at me was how Kim Smith is labeled as a visionary.
Visionary, that's a big word. What do you think it means in this context?
Right. It makes me think, like, what does she see for the future of healthcare? What's her big picture and how is she going to make it happen?
Yeah, and the thing is, she's not just some, armchair philosopher. She's actually got serious healthcare cred.
Totally. I mean, you don't often find someone who's a clinically certified medical assistant, like actually working with patients, and also has a Bachelor of Science degree.
Right, that's a pretty rare combination.
So what do you think that tells us about her approach?
Well, to me, it screams like well-rounded. She's got that practical hands-on experience, but also the academic knowledge to back it up.
Yeah, she can walk the walk and talk the talk.
Exactly. And with 20 years in healthcare under her belt, working both, admin and clinical sides,
Whoa, 2 decades.
yeah, that's got to give you a pretty unique perspective on the whole system. What works, what doesn't, where the holes are.
Definitely. And that brings us to why she started Zoom Wellness Labs back in 2017.
Okay, let's hear it.
Seems like she wanted to see exceptional customer service and high quality point of care testing.
Hmm.
Before we get too deep, though, can you explain point of care testing, for those who might not know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It basically means you get your test results right then and there during your visit. No waiting for lab work or anything.
Ah, I see. So like those rapid strep tests.
Exactly. Or finger prick blood sugar tests for diabetes. It's all about instant feedback. It cuts down wait times and can really motivate people to take action.
That makes a lot of sense. So connecting back to Kim's vision, Zoom Wellness Labs is all about a more efficient and empowering experience for the patient.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
But exceptional customer service.
Yeah.
What does that even mean in healthcare? I mean, it's not usually the first thing that comes to mind when you think of a doctor's office.
You're so right. It's kind of an unusual concept in that context. But maybe it means things like same-day appointments, maybe extended hours.
Yeah, to fit busy schedules.
Right, or like being super upfront about
Oh,
costs.
and maybe even having like personalized follow-up appointments
Right.
to actually talk about the results.
Exactly, going above and beyond to make the patient feel valued and listened to.
And it sounds like they're actually pulling it off because Zoom Wellness Labs is considered a trusted provider in Middle Tennessee.
Trusted, that's huge, especially in healthcare.
And they offer these comprehensive health testing services. What's that all about?
Well, I think trusted means they've built a solid reputation. People believe in their accuracy, their reliability, that they really put patients first.
Makes sense.
And as for comprehensive, that probably means they're not just doing like basic blood panels. They might offer allergy testing, hormone panels,
Oh, wow. Okay.
maybe even things like micronutrient analysis, or even some of the newer genetic tests.
The ones that are hard to get elsewhere.
Exactly. They could be filling a gap, offering these specialized tests that people usually have to jump through hoops to get.
So it's about giving people more access to like a wider range of health information.
Exactly. They're not limiting themselves to just the standard tests.
And bringing it all back to Kim's leadership, her vision seems like a key part of their success.
Yeah, I think her leadership style is probably a big factor.
But, some folks might be a little skeptical. They might say, okay, point of care testing, all this extra attention, sure, it's nice, but is it really a game changer?
That's a valid point. Some people might wonder if it really makes a difference in the long run.
What would you say to that?
Well, I think the real power here is empowerment. Imagine this. You go in for blood work, and instead of waiting a whole week for a call with the results, you sit down with, like, a healthcare provider right then and there to talk about what it all means.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You get immediate answers, personalized advice, a plan of action tailored to you that can be incredibly motivating and help people feel more in control of their health.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is. It's like they're shifting the whole experience. It's not just about reacting to problems.
It's about preventing them in the first place, being proactive.
Yeah, and that's a huge shift.
Definitely. So we've covered a lot today. We've learned about Kim Smith, a real healthcare innovator.
Yeah, she took her years of experience, her passion for helping people, and built something amazing.
And Zoom Wellness Labs is not just keeping up, they're actually changing how we think about healthcare. So here's a question for everyone listening. How do you think companies like Zoom Wellness Labs, with this focus on technology and patient empowerment, will change the future of healthcare? And what about the people who, prefer traditional approaches? Lots to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for having me. It's been a great discussion.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep taking control of your health.